There are times in life when the pain of rejection seems to crush your heart. People you loved turn their backs on you. Friendships that seemed eternal fall apart. And suddenly, you feel alone, as if no one sees you, as if no one wants you. But God sent me to tell you something today, something you need to hear to the end. He chose you even when everyone else rejected you. You may have been ignored by many, but you were never forgotten by God. While you cried silently, He watched you with love. While you asked, "Why me?" He was already preparing an answer. People's rejection is not the end. It's just the beginning of what God is about to do in your life. Remember David? No one chose him. Not even his own father believed in him. When Samuel arrived at Jesse's house, all the brothers were introduced, all except David. He was in the field, forgotten, tending the sheep. But it was there, in that place of solitude and oblivion, that God anointed him king. Because God doesn't choose like man chooses. Man looks at appearances. God sees the heart. And He saw your heart. He saw how much you endured without giving up. He saw how many times you were hurt, but still continued to believe. He saw when you were left aside, and yet you chose to love. That's why He chose you. Because while the world seeks glamour, God seeks truth. There is an anointing being poured out on the rejected. There is an anointing reserved for the forgotten. Those who were left aside are being raised up by God. Those who said, "You'll never make it," will see God place you in places that only grace can explain. Rejection was the test. Forgetting was the process. But the choice? The choice is divine. You were not chosen by men, and that's good, because God chooses you, and when He chooses, no one can stop Him. Do you know why you felt alone so many times? Because God wanted to teach you to depend only on Him. While you sought approval, He prepared purpose. While you asked for acceptance, He prepared anointing. Those who rejected you didn't understand what God was building in you. They saw the broken vessel. God saw the gold being purified in the fire. And today, He tells you, "I chose you. I set you apart. And even if the world doesn't understand you, I will use you." The time of rejection is ending. The time of divine recognition is coming. But remember, God didn't choose you for status. He chose you for purpose. You weren't called to be admired, but to be light in the darkness. There are wounds that God will transform into authority. There are tears that will become testimony. And there are stories of pain that He will use to heal others. You were rejected to learn to welcome. You were forgotten to learn to remember the little ones. You were set aside to learn to hear God's voice in the silence. Nothing you've experienced has been in vain. Every tear watered the ground for your miracle. Every no was a direction. Every closed door pushed you toward God's perfect will. And when He opens the new door, and He will, you will understand everything. You will look back and realize that the time of rejection was a time of preparation. Because before God places you before kings, He forms you in the desert. Before giving you authority, He teaches you humility. And before exalting you, He makes you entirely dependent on Him. So listen, don't complain about being set aside. The rejection of men is the sign that heaven has chosen you. You don't need to be accepted by everyone. You only need to walk with the one who never abandons you. God is saying now, "I chose you, son. I chose you, daughter. Even when they ignored you, I saw you. Even when they mocked you, I defended you. Even when they said you were nothing, I declared, 'This is my chosen one.' You are not a mistake. You are a divine project. And what God began in you, He will fulfill. Even if no one believes it, Today is the day you stop seeking acceptance and begin walking in purpose. Today is the day you understand that you were chosen, not by chance, but by destiny. And when the world looks at you and doesn't understand, smile. Because what God has chosen, man cannot erase. So, hold on tight. The pain will pass. The difficult phase will become a testimony. And when everything is fulfilled, you will say, "Now I understand. He chose me even when everyone rejected me." Don't forget this. God never rejects those He has chosen. And if you are listening to this message today, it is because He is calling you again.